Louisiana First Investigates continues to follow new developments in college sports, specifically with name, image, and likeness.
They are coming quickly. A special report that you can find online documents why LSU's so successful in the NIL era. Chief Investigative Reporter Andrew Everson has more on this.
Tuesday marks the start of a new era for LSU sports. The athletic department can now directly pay student athletes. What will these agreements look like? How will the money be divided up between sports? I asked these questions and more to someone very much in the know in a wide-ranging interview. Sights and sounds familiar to fans across Louisiana. In the NIL era, this is also a familiar sound. And thanks to a House settlement last month, athletic departments like LSU can now directly pay student athletes starting Tuesday.
It's a little bit of a new workload when it comes to figuring out what the management of the roster is going to look like and how we're distributing contracts and managing those contracts.
Taylor Jacobs is the Associate AD of NIL and Strategic Initiatives at LSU.
I probably operate more like a GM type now, where we are issuing agreements.
The agreements are between student athletes and LSU sports. Players used to be paid through collectives like Bayou Traditions. Now LSU has direct control on how $20.5 million is spent.
I have to be on top of what are those dollar figures, what are those dollar values, making sure we're staying within the allotment that we have.
As New Orleans sports attorney Fritz Metzinger explained last week, LSU will give about $13.5 million to football, just under $3 million to basketball, about $1 million to women's basketball, and the same to the other sports combined.
Finding out the best way to spend money has always been a consideration for athletic programs. It's just that there are new ways to do it. Contracts
are already being signed. Jacob says two topics have been notably important: the pay schedule and what will be required from the athletes on and off the field.
Continuing to reiterate that there is going to be that deliverable component and making sure everyone understands that we're all on the same page, we're all on the same team, we all want to get to the same goal.
Metzinger says pay for play is a main feature of the last few years, where some players battled collectives for every dollar.
It's run rampant.
Jacob says universities can now rein that in because money is capped.
It's going to help a ton just because now we can actually be at the table having these conversations with them.
Third-party NIL deals will continue to be an advantage for a place like LSU.
And that teaches our athletes how to build a brand and a business as well, so that's something that we're continuing to do.
This brand is set up for continued success. Jacob says the controls to keep it up are now back in-house.
I mean, it's LSU, right? We win championships, we produce top talent, and we have top brands.
In Baton Rouge, I'm Chief Investigator Andrew Epperson.
But it's in that sport, football, that they really need to win the championship. Some other SEC schools have announced they'll have to lay off people to have enough money to support revenue sharing. Jacob says at this point that it's not in the plans at LSU.